you have time, you have plenty of time, but we all have the same amount of time and it's our lifetime. And so we can bellyache about where we're at and we can think, hey, if I start something maybe in 5 years, I'll have some financial or some freedom in my life. And if you don't want to take the actions, realize that that same 5 years is going to pass no matter what. So 5 years from today, when you look back, you realize like, man, I should have started. So to me, time is always moving forward. What you do between now and then is up to you. So I don't like to be the one that ever complains about my situation. I just kind of do something about it. So, your businesses will become, you know, there are challenges with all businesses. There are always going to be challenges, especially the first 2 years of the startup phase. And I think that too many people nowadays, with all this abundance of information that they have readily available at their fingertips, they spend way too much time consuming instead of creating. So they're always reading books, they're always listening to podcasts, they're always watching YouTube, they're always asking advice or hiring coaches. But the good ones started taking action the same time they started consuming, they started creating, because the best entrepreneurs are the ones that learn as they go. And they're okay getting punched in the face and falling down once in a while and learning lessons. And these are all things that we, become better from going through. A lot of times people think about recessions, but our country really hasn't had an official recession since 2008. So if you haven't been in business, 14 years now, you really haven't really gone through a recession as a business owner. It's been pretty easy on the backside of that wave as it's been climbing and the economy has been in a bull run and things have been pretty easy and technology has evolved to make it more easy for entrepreneurs. But man, if we really go through a really hard depressive cycle, people are going to see who's been swimming with no clothes on. So, make sure that you're paying attention and learning from people who have been through that fire.
A good business should be built to be recession proof, right? Everybody, everything goes through tides. Yeah, markets go up and down. But that's why you build that loyalty base. This is why you build a brand. And that's why you need to start taking action right now. Like you said, part of that action is getting the word out, creating content rather than just consuming it. And you said you built that brand. You made yourself known as an industry expert. And you did that just by writing articles, but you had to be that expert, which also takes the action. So while creating these businesses, what were some of the lessons you learned? Like, and what is like the first step when somebody wants to take action when they're doing?
Yeah, I think a lot of times early entrepreneurs make the mistake of starting something that they don't really have a lot of interest or passion in because they focus too much on the money. I think that money is just like anything else in life. If you chase something, they usually run away from you. So if you're always chasing money, at pretty good odds it's running away from you. You have to learn how to attract money. And the way we attract money is being interested in something. So we put out a different energy, a different vibe that we really enjoy what we're doing. We have a lot of interest or curiosity that we're willing to invest the time and the money to learn, to become an expert and authority in something. That puts out a different energy. You start to attract people that are interested in the same subject or the same product or service. And when they hear that you speak about it and they can see the passion and hear the passion, they're going to be more likely to do business with you. So I don't like when I come across these junior entrepreneurs that are always got a different business card every 6 months. I've been on social media long enough to realize like you're not going to make it doing that. You really have to stick with something at least 12 months and not half-ass it. I think too many people dabble in stuff. They get into things, podcasting, YouTube channels, all these different things. They'll half-ass things for about 3 months, expect some kind of a professional result, but then they're not doing things at a professional level and they're wondering why they're not getting results. So then they back off and they go do something else. They pivot or they reinvent themselves and they go hard at something else for 3 months, 6 months, and then they kind of peter out again. So to me, I understand that if I'm going to get into something, I don't want to half-ass it because the market really doesn't care if you're new at things. The market's very, very vicious. They don't really care if you're new to things. They don't care if you're a beginner. They're not going to cut you any slack. You will be compared against people who have been doing it longer. So you better be doing it as good on quality level, or at least presenting as a quality level, if you want to be taken serious in the market, and then be willing to go at least 12 months showing up consistently